Hey guys, in honor of Back to the Future coming out on Blu-ray on Tuesday, October 26th, I wanted to do a Back to the Future themed battle. And just a little mention for anyone who's out there, I'm running out of videos. I recorded a couple of stuff so I could see if Sony Vegas could work with my friend. I'm running out of those videos, but if anybody would like to challenge me, just send me a message and I would be more than happy. Anyway, the battle starts off. I lead off with a Heatran, he leads off with a Kangaskhan. And I don't know what move this carries. I know that they carry Fake Out, but I don't know if it carries Earthquake or Low Kick, but it does carry the Earthquake, and that's really bad because Heatran is 4 times weak to that. But I do have a Shuka Berry, so I'm able to at least get off my Stealth Rocks, but that means that my Heatran is completely useless in this game at all. So I go into Biff, my Machamp, and he's going to switch out into his physical wall, which is a Hippowdon, and then I'm going to go ahead and go for the Substitute on the switch. And this is pretty good for me. Hippowdon can pretty much wall me all day, but I'm going to go ahead and try to put the confusion hacks on him by going for a dynamic punch. And because Machamp has a no guard ability, it's 100% accurate. So I do get that, and I happen to get a crit, which is amazing. So that, because normally that doesn't really do a whole lot to Hippowdon at all. But now the Hippowdon has pretty good attack and has a chance of hitting himself now, but I'm going to wait for him to break my sub before I make a switch. I'm going to go ahead and keep on dynamic punching him, and that's how important the crit was, because I can't finish him on the second thing. He goes for a roar, and he roars me into Marty McFly, my Flygon, and this Flygon is scarfed, and I'm thinking at this amount of health I can take him out with a U-turn, so I go ahead and just go for the U-turn, but it doesn't take out the Hippowdon. What the hell? So the Hippowdon just goes for Slack Off, and I'm thinking, freaking A. There's nothing I can do at this point to take out the Hippowdon. I did go into my Milotic, which is Lorraine, based on Marty McFly's mom, because Milotic is really, really beautiful, and Leia Thompson is very, very beautiful. But he predicts my Surf, he goes into Vaporeon, he has the Water Absorbability, so obviously that does squat diddly to the Vaporeon. Really, really sucks for me. I pretty much can't do anything to this Vaporeon, so I haven't watched this video in a long time, but I do make a switch. I go into Doc Brown, who is my Celebi, and he goes for a hidden power, must be electric. I'm not quite sure, but obviously that's not very effective against the Celebi, so I either set up at this point, or I don't know what I go for. I might just go for a Leaf Storm. Well, yeah, I do set up. I go for a Calm Mind, he goes for a Protect just to see what I'm going to do. Obviously this is a bad thing for him, he doesn't want me to set up. But we're both taking Sandstorm damage, but since we both have lefties, it doesn't really do anything. We're just kind of stalling at this point. He's going to go ahead and switch out now, and he goes into a Scizor. And this is really, really bad because obviously a Scizor probably has U-turn, or it has Bug Bite, or some other bug move that would be 4 times weak against the Celebi. So I'm probably going to have to switch out at this point. I go back into Marty McFly expecting the bug move, and he does go for a U-turn. But now he has the jump on me because, so he goes back into his Kangaskhan. He's just going to go ahead and try to fake me out and then finish off Marty McFly, which is a really bad thing for me. But I know he's probably going to go for that, so I go into Biff to take the Fake Out, and I'm pretty sure that Biff takes it pretty nicely. But the Kangaskhan does outspeed me, and he does have Earthquake, and he has Double Edge, and I'm pretty sure a Double Edge at this point can definitely KO the Machamp, but there is no better person to take a Double Edge than Machamp at this point, so I just kind of fodder him out. My only Steel type is already down, so this is huge for me. And then at this point, I make probably one of the stupidest things. I go back into Marty McFly, and he goes for a Sucker Punch, and I did not see the Sucker Punch coming. I feel kind of stupid. So the Kangaskhan has taken down 3 of my Pokemon, and I think the Kangaskhan is the only thing I've taken out on his team. So I go back into Celebi, he goes into Hippowdon, which is a really good matchup for me. I'm going to go ahead and try to Energy Ball, and then my hope at this point is I can try to kill off the Hippowdon, and he doesn't realize how important the Hippowdon is on his team yet. Because I do have a Jolteon, and I'm figuring once I get the damn Hippowdon out of the way, it's a Choice Spec Jolteon, and I have a really good chance of making a comeback if I don't reveal that card to him. So I go back into Milotic because I'm figuring it could probably take a U-turn better than anything else on my team. Obviously a Jolteon can't take it, but it does a ton of damage, and I'm thinking, freaking A, Milotic is absolutely worthless because after the Sandstorm damage, this Milotic is going to go down. So that really, really sucked. So now I'm down to 2 Pokemon, and I'm pretty sure he still has 5. So I'm pretty screwed at this point, but I'm going to reveal my last poke, who is Jolteon. He's fearing the Thunderbolt. He goes into an Umbreon, and I'm thinking, oh, this really, really sucks. But I am Choice Spec'd. So there's a chance I might be able to get a 2-hit KO on it, or maybe a 3-hit KO. He's taking Sandstorm damage, which is really, really good for me at this point. I go for another Thunderbolt just to see how much it does. And if this Umbreon carries Protect, then I'm pretty much screwed and I've lost this match. But I don't know if it carries Protect. It might carry Toxic or something like that, which would be really, really good for me. So 1.21 gigawatts of electricity goes for a Thunderbolt, which is a lot of lightning. And yeah, it takes it down. He doesn't go for a Protect, which tells me he didn't have that move, which is great for me. He reveals he has a Starmie, which is another Pokemon this week against a Thunderbolt. But I'm guessing that Starmie is Choice Scarf, because he outspeed me and he goes for a Hydro Pump. Doesn't take me out, and I'm able to go for a Thunderbolt. I'm really glad I don't have Life Orb on the Jolteon, otherwise my Jolteon would be dead. So this is a really good comeback for me right now. Jolteon's coming up huge for me. I do outspeed the Scizor, but he goes for a Bullet Punch, obviously, because that would be the best move to go. It has priority, so it takes out the Jolteon. He probably should have just... Well, he couldn't have gone into that before, because he probably wasn't thinking that a Bullet Punch could take it out. But yeah, this is my last Pokemon, Doc Brown, and I'm going to go ahead and just try to set up, because I know he has a Vaporeon and he has a Scizor. And I think this is my bulky variant of the Celebi, so I'm pretty sure I can take a Bullet Punch. And if I can set up, I still have a chance of winning the match. I know I can take out the Vaporeon, but this Vaporeon is setup fodder for me. So he's going to go ahead and go for a Surf, try to take it out. Since he doesn't have the Ice Beam, I know I can wall this thing all day after a couple of Calm Minds, and that's really, really important for me. So we're both getting lefties, and I think at this point I go ahead and I'm just going to Energy Ball him. And yeah, definitely that's definitely going to take out the Vaporeon, which is really, really good for me. And then his last Pokemon is Scizor. I probably should have recovered on that point just to make sure that I wouldn't get taken out by a Bullet Punch from a Scizor, but since he probably figures that I'm the bulky variant, he opts not to go for the Bullet Punch. He's going to go straight for a U-turn. But I reveal my last move, which is Earth Power. And I do take out the Scizor, so that's a 1-0. Really, really close match, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye.